So I'm gonna ask this one girl out on Monday. Not saying her name or anything. I don't know her name actually, but I got my number, my name, and it says on Facebook with a capital F for Facebook and a capital B for book. And then basically, what I'm trying to do is potentially have a date with this girl. And see, I'm trying, making steps, progress. I actually got nervous to ask her at first because it doesn't happen to me often when there's actually a really good looking girl. I can actually ask her out, you know what I mean? And it doesn't bother me any. And this other girl that I asked out before a long time ago, she blushed and said that she couldn't uh, go on a date with the customers or whatever. So this is what I'm trying to say is that it's all a corresponding pattern to the my growing appreciation, and hopefully I get this chance. I'm going to keep trying, and hopefully eventually with my will it'll be done, and then eventually I'll get this girl in my life and I'll be happier because then I can some love to turn to, and I'll be like it'll be the antidote to my problem. 28 years of being lonely most of the time, having a little bit of companionship from the girls, and the divine goddess has blessed me. But it wasn't enough. Like, I feel like I need a relationship with a girl to feel like that my life is fulfilled. It's every animal's desire and instinct. You know what I mean? And we are a human species, and all this is a sort of intelligence of the thought form of the capability of all the senses to be. So, all our capability of the mind that we take it to is on a high level of intelligence to prove some facts to you about different things of reality and the ways to look at things. So if you look at things a little bit different way in some aspects of reality, then we can figure out other key aspects of reality. And these key aspects of reality is everybody else. And if everybody's everybody else, then we must think for ourselves as a key link of the puzzle. We can't always be thought for us like zombies. We have to think for ourselves and actually do upon our will. And if everybody did upon their will in their heart to know that the right things to be done inside being taught the right way in the programming and not having bad programming, having good programming in the Hobbit Home Society, where when you do things, there'll be things talked about greatly in the Hobbit Home Society. It'll be great things to be talked about of accomplishments and goals in the normal society. When there's a death, they won't really talk about the death too much about the population in the newspaper or anything like this. It'll be honored and respected of the people that you know, and then you can have relics and things of this nature to remember them by, to remember that their soul lives on to help you in the ethereal and in other dimensions that they live on, that you can like be around and stuff like this. So there's a lot of things to take into account that do exist. So what I'm trying to say is that these are all the mechanisms of everything that had this from the beginning. It had to be, and everything that is happening is a source of like things either mixing or entwining and then producing another aspect of intelligence that came from originating source. It all came from originating source, is what I'm telling you. So that it's all familiar with itself, but it's spread out pretty wide of a vast degree of knowledge. Now, we could call that all that knowledge combined as like a God seed intelligence or divine goddess seed intelligence. What I'm trying to say is that it's equalized. And what they're saying about God, God meaning the everything, you know, that is. And everything that is needs to be connected. And if it's not connected, then it's separated. And when it's separated from itself, that's when it suffers the most, being disconnected from the knowledge to set it free. The knowledge is power to set yourself free and to understand the capability of this intelligence to set yourself free from bad thought forms of intelligence, bad programming, the matrix, the everything like this, and create the pathways of the good forms of intelligence that make you feel more inspired and on top of what everybody's knowledge is about your understanding. As humanity, like we know the word inspired means to be motivated and creating this extra ability to be understood about what's going on. You know what I mean? About every situation in life. You know what I mean? And if you're in every situation and this is happening to you, where it's a cause and effect now of everybody's reality, this sort of reality, you know, is the baseline of how that was a fly, I think. Because I seen something black on that corner over there. That could have been something on camera. Like, you know how they catch things on camera sometimes? And that could have been something. But anyway, probably not. But what I'm trying to say is that there is forces that are trying to inhibit your knowledge. Then there's forces that are trying to uplift your knowledge. As in the beginning, as in the end, when you uplift your knowledge, you're able to connect the dots in the pathways of your mind. And it's the capability of such things where you're on more levels or pathways at once, and then you can have that capability of connecting more pathways to go with a form of intelligence to prove them facts of intelligence. So what I'm saying is improving that the oneness is real and that certain times of an existence you feel more, say, elevated or connected or in the zone. And sometimes I could be in the zone certain times of the day. That means when your brain's operating at full function and it's doing everything it needs to be done, and you're using more than 25% of your brain, and you're feeling a little bit more connected to the field of intelligence that is the vast universe, that it's like a vast thing that I connect to. I don't know what it's it's like it's a dimension that I'm connecting to. It's the whole faculty of what makes up the intelligence of it. It's hard to explain. It's like everything that you're feeling, you're also interpreting in the brain and understanding. And you can almost put it into words, but there doesn't have to be words for understanding certain things. Like if you're looking at something, you don't have to be thinking of a word. But what I'm trying to say is that it's all the fact of the capability of everybody's intelligence to put forth that effort into everything that they do. Because the angels and everything want liberation for mankind and from the inhibiting forces of the ones that want to inhibit you. Like inhibit the function, and sometimes people go and like this, you know what I mean? Them are the people that probably the souls are messing with while they're trying to do something and they're trying to think. But if your operating system is thinking more and you're a free thinker to think more than the average day to day thinking about miscellaneous stuff, and you're thinking in your head about the complex mechanism of every human being of their soul and what it holds in variation. Like, I know that the variation of the soul is very vast in its capabilities of many things and what it does and how it operates and where it comes from. And when the angels help to balance out the forces that are trying to stop or inhibit that through the day, and then there's certain functions on the brain where it's uninhibited and has a higher function. And that's when things are on that higher scale of intelligence to do the oneness job of spreading the information somehow through the intelligent field of how to get this information like a portal. It's getting information to you like a portal. And this is how to open up the capabilities of our facts of our intelligence to prove things. So Neil worships the divine goddess. Girls, I hope you're doing amazing. And one thing's for sure, once I get a girlfriend, I probably will evolve in my capability of my love and everything. And that is going to be a very good piece to help me, keep continuing on my path of quitting smoking THC. And I hope that everything works out for the benefit of like the whole species because this needs to happen. This information needs to be understood that we take care of these little problems and it takes care of the bigger problem at large because all the little problems are fixed then that are creating these bigger problems in our world. And it's the things that we don't really see or care too much about because we're too busy. We've got to be not busy to operate and think from the self. And then if everybody's everybody else, then we must think for ourselves to be everything. Or if everybody's just thinking about one person's self, the intelligence is not there. It's only one little field instead of the vast field of the intelligence makes the oneness real. And this is what I'm saying. All right, girls, have a good day. All right, bye.